Hello everyone, a very good afternoon to all of you. This is Ashwin Ramani, your research analyst at SBI Securities. I hope I'm audible and I hope you are able to see my screen. If you all can give me a heads up in the chat box. अगर मेरी आवाज सुनाई दे रही है, स्क्रीन दिखाई दे रहा है तो आप मुझे एक बार चैट बॉक्स में कमेंट करके बता सकते हो. So that I know you all are with me there in the session. And we'll just wait for a couple of minutes till people join in, and then we should be good to go with the mid-market session for the day. Sudhakar ji, good morning, good afternoon, namaskar to you as well. Sachin ji, hello, good afternoon. Tapan ji, okay. Sudhakar ji, audio, video clear. Okay, perfect. So we just wait for a minute और फिर शुरू करते हैं आज का बेड मार्केट सेशन. Yeah, big beautiful bill passed in US. Yes, Sachin ji, absolutely. Murthy ji, good afternoon. Shrino ji, good afternoon. Saibal ji, hi. There is one other development that has happened in US apart from the big beautiful bill. Is the non-farm payrolls data that came in yesterday. Hariru ji, hi. Good afternoon. Yudhishthir ji, good afternoon. And there is also one development that has happened in Indian markets also overnight. So because of which the whole capital market index is under pressure. So a big news coming in from SEBI today morning. सलील जी, थैंक यू सो मच. सो शुरू करते हैं आज का मिड मार्केट अपडेट. तो सबसे पहले हम बात करते हैं कि कल का जो नॉन फार्म पेरोल डेटा जो आया था. सो नॉन फार्म पेरोल डेटा इज बेसिकली यूएस में जो भी एम्प्लॉयमेंट हुआ है अपार्ट फ्रॉम द वंस दोज आर एम्प्लॉयड इन द फार्मिंग इंडस्ट्री. सो एक्सपेक्टेड था कि 1,06,000 होगा, बट जो आया था नंबर वो था 1,47,000 फॉर द मंथ ऑफ जून. एंड द लास्ट फिगर वाज 1,39,000. सो ऐसा भी नहीं है कि यूएस में आपका नॉन फार्म जो पेरोल्स है वो कम हुआ है. इनफैक्ट एम्प्लॉयमेंट बढ़ा ही है वहाँ पे. सेकेंडली, जो अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट रेट का जो एक्सपेक्टेशन था दैट वाज 4.3%, बट उसके नीचे आया कि 4.1% ही आया आपका अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट रेट यूएस में, और लास्ट मंथ का अराउंड 4.2% था. सो इफ यू लुक एट द नंबर्स दैट हैव कम इन, तो ऐसा नहीं लग रहा है कि देयर इज एनी प्रॉब्लम दैट इज गोइंग ऑन इन द यूएस, एंड देयर इज एब्सोल्युटली नो रीजन फॉर फेड टू कट द इंटरेस्ट रेट्स नाउ. हाँ, इफ अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट रेट ज्यादा था, नॉन फार्म पेरोल्स एकदम कम होता, तो शायद हो सकता था that the Fed might have gone for a rate cuts, considering what the governor had mentioned last I think couple of weeks back. I think the market was kind of discounting that, but जो data अभी आया है, I think ऐसा it looks like there is nothing really wrong with the US markets at this point. And one impact could be visibly seen on the US bonds 10-year yields. ये एक्सपेक्टेशन था कि यूएस सेंट्रल बैंक आगे जाके रेट कट करेगा. उसके वजह से द यील्ड्स हैड स्टार्टेड टू गो डाउन, बट इफ यू सी फ्रॉम द लास्ट 2 days, yesterday the government bonds 10-year yields has gone up by 1.52%. It has also gone up to 4.4% mark. So less chances, looking at the data, ऐसा लग नहीं रहा है कि यूएस might go for a rate cut. So that is one development that has happened yesterday. The other news that has come in the Indian markets, it's kind of a news that can have some impact on our markets in terms of liquidity that will be affected because of this. One is Jane Street. So Jane Street is an American proprietary trading firm जो इंडिया में quant trading करते थे बेसिकली उन्होंने. सो अगर आप देखोगे, सो द जेन स्ट्रीट का सेबी का एक ऑर्डर आया था कि दे हैड मैनिपुलेटेड इंडेक्स क्लोजिंग ऑन द एक्सपायरी डेट्स बिटवीन Jan 23 टू March 25. सो वो लोग क्या करते थे, सुबह के सेशन में बैंक निफ्टी फ्यूचर्स और बैंक निफ्टी के स्टॉक्स जो है कैश में बाय करते थे, और बैंक निफ्टी ऑप्शन सेल करते थे सुबह, और दोपहर को ही वो बैंक निफ्टी फ्यूचर सेल करके क्लोजिंग ऐसे कर देते थे ताकि मैनेज इजीली मैनिपुलेट कर पाते थे इसके वजह से. And if you see how much profits they have made between Jan 23 to March 25 was in the range of 36,671 crores. That's a huge money that they have made, and now they have, I think SEBI has asked them to deposit illegal gains of 4,840 crores back to them. It does affect Indian markets because of the kind of money that they bring in, Rhythm ji. ये आपके foreign institutional investors हैं. So when they trade in Indian markets, they deal in huge quantities. I mean, look at the profit that they have netted in the last 2 years. 36,671. Yeah, the profit was much higher, but they made some losses in stock futures as well. So net basis pay, it was 36,671. And they've been asked to take out 4,840 crores as penalty. Now if you remember, bank nifty at one point of time was so volatile. पता है बीच में उसके वजह से ऐसा लगा था कि ये काफी ज्यादा volatile हो गया है. People are getting trapped. The retail traders like you and me are getting trapped there, जिसके वजह से then we moved to only one index, one expiry per index. So फिर निफ्टी में ही अभी weekly expiry रहा है. But I think now, I think this has come out now. आई थिंक दिस इज, अभी हो सकता है कंसिडरिंग वो लोग इतना बड़ा प्लेयर था इंडियन मार्केट्स में, अभी वो थोड़ा सा लिक्विडिटी इश्यूज आ सकता है. वी माइट सी सम डल डेज कमिंग इन बैंक निफ्टी सेंसेक्स expiries as well. And one of the partners that was affected was Nuvama Wealth Management, because वो Jane Street का domestic trading partner था. And because of this news, if you see, Nuvama was down 6%. It was part of the capital market index. And if you see stocks like BSE, CDSL, all these stocks that are part of capital market index, I think though they are reacting to this news here. So I think ho sakta hai we might have some liquidity issues. I mean, this is just one firm that SEBI has found out. I don't know how many else are actually involved with this kind of manipulation. But Jane Street is yet to respond to SEBI's allegations. I think they said they were operating in the purview of compliance. They didn't do anything wrong, and I think they will submit their response to SEBI soon. Yeah, Nuvama Wealth Management is Indian. Yes, so they were the domestic trading partner for Jane Street. So I think this is a big development. I think again, उनका अगर ban हो गया Indian markets में, considering they were bringing a lot of liquidity, considering the amount of money they were dealing with, I think now थोड़ा सा liquidity शायद system से suck out हो सकता है. I think that is something that we'll have to wait and watch as to see आगे जाके क्या होता है between Jane Street. It will benefit retail traders in a way. I think एक fair market मिलेगा. I think considering if they take out this whole manipulation thing, I feel now, so it will be a fair market to everyone, whether it's retail, FIIs. I think retail traders won't be at the mercy of FIIs. I think FIIs, considering the kind of money that they deal with, retail traders, basically we are fighting with the FIIs. I think we are dealing with the big sharks in Indian markets, but SEBI is hell bent on making our markets clean so that everyone gets a fair chance and fair play to our markets as well. I think good, SEBI is covering up these losses. I don't know. I think this is just the order that has come in. So we'll have to wait and see what Jane Street actually responds to that. But there might be some liquidity issues is what I feel in all the three indices going forward. But yeah, I think crazy manipulation considering the money that they have made. So they are a quant firm. So pura algo trading karte the. I think now there might be a lot of crackdown on all the firms that are into algo trading as well. So we'll have to wait and watch as to what SEBI does. अगर हम ग्लोबल मार्केट्स की बात करें, सो डाउ जोन्स वाज अप अराउंड 0.7%, S&P 500 वाज अप अराउंड 0.83, Nasdaq वाज अप अराउंड 1%. सो यूएस मार्केट्स कल ग्रीन में क्लोज हुए. If you look at Dow futures is down 0.3%. So today the US markets will be closed on July 4th on account of their Independence Day. So US markets आज बंद रहेंगे. अगर हम यूरोप मार्केट्स की बात करें, Germany was up 0.6%, London was up 0.55%. France is seeing some profit booking. 0.78%. France is down. Euro stock index is down 0.5%. If we look at the Asian markets, barring Nikkei, which is mildly flat, 0.06% higher, and Shanghai, which is up 0.29%. All the other indices are trading in red. Hang Seng is down 0.76%. Kospi again is down 2%. So there is a sharp profit booking at higher levels that we are seeing in Kospi's index. And whereas Nifty and Sensex for yet another day is trading down. So जैसे हमने 2-3 दिन से देखते आ रहे कि There is no bullish momentum in either of the indices at this point. So high chances are that Nifty might be sideways to down. Algo trading is trading without any human touch, Sudhakarji. So right now, manual trading is you going into the system and placing trades for yourself. So you place a buy order, you do your own analysis, you place a sell order. But when you code your strategy to a system, let's say you tell your system with the help of a code saying, let's say whenever ADX is about 25, whenever RSI is about 60, whenever the price has broken its 20 days range, when the system itself takes the trades on your behalf, that is called as algorithmic trading, where there is no any human intervention that is involved. So quant is majorly that. So all these strategies are coded, and the system is the one that takes the trades on your behalf. You are not manually entering into the trades here. Yeah, it is a kind of a breach of trust in the market. Absolutely. I think these are the days when actually retail traders, they actually feel a lot. I think you feel cheated at a point where index was manipulated by a certain group of entity, wherein and in a period where almost a majority of retail traders also lost money because of this manipulation. But again, we'll have to wait and watch as to what SEBI does. If we look at the macro indicators, यहाँ पे अगर US dollar index देखें, so US dollar index is at 96.92. Guys, I'll take your question towards the end. I'll first cover up the mid market session. आप मुझे बाद में पूछना, and towards after once I complete this mid market, I'll take your queries towards the end. अगर हम dollar index देखें, so dollar index is at 96. Again, the trend is down. So I think nothing major to worry on the dollar index front. So as long as it stays below 98, it is going to be a good sign for emerging markets like us. Yields again has gone up after the non-farm payrolls data that came in yesterday. So any move above 4.4, 4.5% can have some pressure on the equity markets. India VIX की बात करें, so India VIX is relatively flat, 0.02%. It's trading near its support, that is around the levels of 12. Dollar is kind of weakening against the rupee. It's at 85.41. It is trading near its 200-day EMA. So if we get a break below 200 EMA, chances are that we can our markets will be kind of stable, and I think it can, if the dollar goes down, chances are that we can see some recovery coming in Indian markets as well. Crude oil, again, after the rise of 2.78% on Wednesday, again, it has gone flat. It's trading near its 20-day EMA. It's at $68 a barrel. So as long as it stays below $70, $71 a barrel, it is a good sign for us. Gold, again, it saw some profit booking on Thursday. Today, there is some mild uptick in gold. It's trading at $3,338 per ounce at this point of time. If we look at silver again is still consolidating. As long as it doesn't break the $37 per ounce mark, it is expected to stay flat. And looking at the FII data, okay, let me open up FII data for the day. Just a second. Okay, so nothing to worry on the macro indicators front. I think barring the US government bonds yields, there can be some pressure that we can see in our equity markets. If we look at the FII positioning again for the fourth consecutive day, the FIIs were net sellers in the cash market. So yesterday they sold off around 1,481 crores. So in the last 4 days, now they have sold around 5,844 crores. So FIIs again, it looked like last week the sentiment was turning from negative to positive. I think this week again the sentiment has turned negative from the FIIs. And again, if we see what has happened in index futures, so there is a heavy buildup of short positions in index futures. ये जो net index futures contracts था from 49,000 has gone to 61,807, and long short ratio has dipped from 33% to 29% now. So again, more buildup of short positions. This is not the sign that we would want from the FIIs. We ideally want them to cover shorts and build long positions, but it's the other way around. So, and visibly we can see there is some pressure in our markets as well. So looking at the FII data, I feel the markets can be sideways to negative. There is no bullish signs that are picking up in the markets at this point of time. If we look at the advance decline ratio, so we had more declining counters than the advancing counters. So for the third consecutive day now, so we had more declining counters than the advancing counters. So this was about the FII data. Now, if we look at Nifty, Nifty again, आप देखोगे ये जो ट्रेंड लाइन हमने ड्रॉ किया था, so this level which acted as a support, acted as a resistance twice for Nifty. Again, the key level to watch out that we've been discussing since last 2 to 3 days is your 25,600 mark on the upside. तो जब तक ये 25,600 नहीं टूटता है on the higher side, chances of a bullish move is unlikely. यहाँ पे अगर आप देखोगे 25,600 में, even if you look at the OI data, at 25,600, 25,500 we have the maximum OI now. So yesterday it was 25,600. Now even 25,500 will act as a very strong resistance for Nifty. Even if you look at 25,400, there is more call writing than the put writing here. If we look at change in OI, again at 25,500, there is a buildup of positions by call writers. Even at 25,400, there is more call writing than the put writing. Maybe the next support at this point of time looks like 25,300 for Nifty. So 25,318 के आसपास एक support भी है. So hopefully, I think looks like we might have sideways to downward movement in Nifty. So ideally in this market, don't be aggressively longs unless 25,600 is taken out on the upside. I think the trend still remains sideways to negative in Nifty. अगर हम सेंसेक्स की बात करें, यहाँ पे सेंसेक्स प्रेटी मच सिमिलर स्टोरी जैसे हमने देखते आ रहे कि ये जो 84,000 का लेवल है वो एक स्ट्रॉन्ग रेजिस्टेंस लेवल है सेंसेक्स के लिए. यहाँ पे फिर से कल सेंसेक्स ने कोशिश किया था, 83,850 का हाई बनाया था यहाँ पे, बट स्टिल 84,000 इज नॉट येट टेकन आउट. सो जब तक 84,000 के ऊपर हमें स्ट्रॉन्ग क्लोज नहीं मिलता है, तब तक शायद हमें एक स्ट्रॉन्ग बुलिश मूव देखने को नहीं मिलेगा सेंसेक्स में. एंड ऑन द डाउन साइड द की लेवल टू वॉच आउट लाइक वी सॉ येस्टरडे, ये जो 83,000 का लेवल है दैट इज गोइंग टू एक्ट एज अ स्ट्रॉन्ग support for Sensex. If we go below 83,000, that is also supposedly the day's low. So day's low is around 83,015. So अगर हम 83,000 के नीचे जाते तो हो सकता है शायद और 300 पॉइंट नीचे जाते हुए देखने को मिलेगा सेंसेक्स नियर अबाउट 82,700 levels. So ideally again the trend for Sensex remains sideways to negative. As long as 84,000 is not taken out on the upside, don't be aggressively long in Sensex here. So Nifty के लिए you want a move about 25,600 and Sensex के लिए you need a move above 84,000. The immediate support for Nifty will be 25,300, while for Sensex it is 83. If we go below 83, then chances are that we can see 82,700 in Sensex as well. If we talk about Bank Nifty again, it is, if you look at the 5 minutes chart, it is moving in a lower high formation. Again, clearly the trend is sideways to negative in Bank Nifty as well. So again, like we said yesterday, it might stay around 57,000. कल 57,000 एक strong support था, क्योंकि put writers बैठे थे वहाँ पे. But the moment put writers started to exit from 57,000, we could see the next support was around 56,800. So 56,800 got broken. I think the immediate level to watch out will be 56,600, 56,500 in Bank Nifty. So if we look at the option chain, अगर हम 57,000 देखें तो अभी भी पुट राइटर्स मार्जिनली ज्यादा एज कंपेयर टू कॉल राइटर्स. बट अगर हम इंट्राडे बेसिस पे देखेंगे तो कॉल राइटर्स काफी ज्यादा प्रेशर डाल रहे हैं पुट राइटर्स पे, विच लुक्स लाइक इवन 57,000 इज लाइकली टू एक्ट एज अ स्ट्रॉन्ग रेजिस्टेंस. काफी चांस एकदम कम लग रहा है कि बैंक निफ्टी 57,000 के ऊपर क्लोज देगा ऑन एन इंट्राडे बेसिस. On the downside, the next important support is at 56,500. अगर आप देखो कि 56,500 में पुट राइटिंग है as compared to call writing, और यहाँ पे भी अगर आप देखो कि 56,500, again there are more put writers than the call writers. So even if Bank Nifty falls right now, it is at around 56,700. Even if it falls, it can go another 200 points down until 56,500. That is where the next support is placed. So again, the trend for all three indices sideways to negative. I think bullish only when Nifty goes about 25,600, Sensex goes about 24,000, and Bank Nifty moves above 57,000. Unless and until these levels are not taken out, all the three indices are expected to remain sideways to negative. Now, if we talk about the key sectors and the stocks that are in focus today, तो सबसे पहले हम बात करें अगेन डिफेंस. सो डिफेंस इज वन सेक्टर that is showing some kind of outperformance. तो ये 20-day EMA के नीचे आ गया था, then it was consolidating in its 20-day EMA zone. So this is Nifty Defense by Nifty's ratio chart, and we are seeing some kind of uptick or some kind of buying that in the defense space today. So if I have to pick out one stock from the defense space, that is Mazgaon Dock. So Mazgaon Dock again, couple of times हमने देखा यहाँ पे 50-day EMA से आसपास 50-day EMA के आसपास आके एक रिवर्सल देखने को मिला हमें. So this was the first time that it came to its 50 EMA and it bounced. Then again it came to its 50 EMA and it bounced here. And पिछले 3-4 दिन से consolidation हो रहा है. It's a matter of getting a strong close about 3,360. अगर हमें 3,360 के ऊपर एक स्ट्रॉन्ग क्लोजिंग मिलता है, देन हो सकता है हमें एक अच्छा एक आउट परफॉर्मेंस देखने को मिले मजगांव डॉक पे. Again, if you see that is the price is trading above its key moving averages, RSI is slightly inching upwards. ADX is kind of flat at this point, which indicates that there is no momentum at this point of time. But I think once it breaks out 3,360, then chances are that it can outperform in the short run. The one interesting sector at this point of time that can show a strong outperformance is, I believe, it's oil and gas. So if I look at oil and gas by Nifty's ratio chart, so we have gotten a downward sloping trend line breakout yesterday, and we are seeing oil and gas stocks are seeing some buying since the morning session. So oil and gas index is one sector that you can keep in your radar, guys. And if I have to pick out some stocks from the oil and gas space, so MGL, if you look at MGL again, it broke out of its consolidation phase. Then on the 27th of June, it broke out, then it consolidated, and again we are seeing some follow-up move in the counter. Though there has been some profit booking from the highs today, but you can see there is a gradual uptick in the volumes as well. The RSI has gone above 60, ADX is inching towards the 25 mark, volumes are picking up, and this stock is also seeing a good buying interest since last couple of weeks or so. So this level of 1,440 is likely to act as a strong support for Mahanagar Gas, and chances are that we can see some good uptick in Mahanagar Gas in the coming days. Along with Mahanagar Gas, if you look at Indraprastha Gas, IGL has also given a breakout from its consolidation range today. So right now it is at 227, trading above its key averages, ADX going upwards, RSI above 60. I think the immediate support will be around 207. And I think if we get a good follow-up move, then we can see IGL moving towards 245, 250 levels in the short term. So IGL is also one stock that you can keep in your radar. The other stock again that is showing signs of breakout is BPCL, again part of the oil and gas index. So BPCL again, it broke out, it consolidated. Again, we are seeing some strong buying coming in BPCL today. The ADX is again pointing upwards, RSI is going above 60. The price is trading above its key moving averages, maybe around 318, 320 is likely to act as a support for BPCL. And if we get a follow-up to about 340, chances are that we can see even BPCL outperforming in the coming days. So keep an eye on the oil and gas sector, guys. I think oil and gas sector is poised for an outperformance, considering that the ratio chart has given a downward sloping breakout. Apart from this, again, there is one sector that is showing outperformance since the last couple of days is your manufacturing index. So all the stocks that are part of the manufacturing space. So, one stock again that, I would want to talk about is Aurobindo Pharma. So Aurobindo Pharma, again, it was moving in a range. Agar aap dekhoge, overall trend sideways hai. But it has given a downward sloping trend line breakout today. It is trading very close to its 200-day EMA. So if we get a strong move above 1190, then chances are that we can see some outperformance coming in Aurobindo Pharma. The RSI has gone above 60. I think, the ADX is there about 22 levels. It's just a matter of getting a follow-up in Aurobindo Pharma. I think once we get that, then chances are that we can see some good uptick in Aurobindo Pharma in the coming days. Apart from that, there are a couple of other stocks that are looking good, that are showing some positive price action structure. One is KPR Mill. If you look at KPR Mill, it took support from its 50-day EMA once, twice, and thrice. and we are seeing some good follow-up move in the counter today. So KPR Mill is at 1185. I think this level of 1070 is likely to act as a strong support for the stock. The momentum indicators and oscillators are positive. So if we get a follow-up move, then chances are that KPR Mill can move towards 1250 levels in the short term. The other stock that is doing well is Engineers India. अगर हम Engineers India की बात करें, so Engineers India, the overall trend is positive. The price is moving in a higher high, higher low formation. Today again, we are seeing that the price is nearly up around 4%. So if we get a breakout about 246, then chances are that we can see some outperformance coming in Engineers India as well. I think the level of 230 is likely to act as a strong support for Engineers India. The other stock that is doing well is Poonawalla Fincorp. If we talk about Poonawalla has been steadily moving up, showing good signs of outperformance. The RSI is kind of heated. It's gone towards the 80 mark. ADX is inching towards the 40 mark here. So if you're already holding Poonawalla, maybe you can keep your trailing stop at 459. And then you can trail the other quantities to 459. You can book some partial profits if you're already holding, or if you want to, if you're looking to create any new positions, I think around 455 will act as a strong support for Poonawalla. The trend is positive and the price is steadily moving upwards. So this is also, one stock that you can keep in your radar. And the last stock that I wanted to discuss is Chennai Petroleum. So if I look at Chennai Petroleum, again, it has given a breakout. It is trading above its previous high of around 737. The volume has gone up. ADX is going up. RSI is going above 60. So this level of 730 will act as a strong support for Chennai Petroleum. And if it sustains above 730, then chances are that we can see some outperformance in the coming days. Okay, so that was all about today's mid-market session, guys. And I'll be happy to answer your questions now. So Sudhakar ji is asking for Poonawalla. See, Poonawalla, see the previous ADX high was around 50. So I won't say the ADX has peaked out yet, but it is more towards in the overbought territory is what I would say. Prasad ji saying Sudhakar ji's friend. Yeah, good to have you here, Prasad ji. Which script is best in HAL, GRSE and Cochin Shipyard? See, I feel HAL is good. I think 4776 can act as a strong support for HAL. If I look at GRSE, it is kind of down below its 20-day EMA. And if I look at Cochin, again, Cochin Shipyard is seeing some profit booking here. So out of the three, I feel, HAL is strong at this point of time. Rhythmji is saying, sir, I find it difficult to see breakouts and likely support numbers as a beginner. I wish to learn more about ratio charts in the beginner class to trade. Rhythmji, if you go to SBI Securities YouTube channel, I have created one session particularly for ratio charts. तो अगर आप वो सेशन देखोगे तो आपको आइडिया आ जाएगा. And there are other also basic sessions that I've been doing since the last 3 months. So if you go to SBI Securities YouTube channel, you will find the live tab. And you can go back and see all the past webinars that I've taken. No doubt I will cover that in my future webinars as well. But I've done a particular webinar on ratio charts wherein I've explained what ratio charts are. Especially there is one webinar that I did on breakouts as well. I think last week. Last week, yeah, I did a session on breakouts. I think you can go and check that webinar as well. Why capital market stocks are down? Nilayji, I think it's the Jane Street ban news by SEBI. I think that has impacted the whole capital market index. Like I said in the beginning, Nuvama is the domestic trading partner for Jane Street. So Nuvama is part of the capital market index, and I think the stocks are just reacting to that news today. But again, structurally, there is no problem with any other capital market stock. So again, BSE, a routine profit booking, I feel 2,500 will act as a strong support for BSE. And if I look at CDSL again, we need a move above 1830 in CDSL. Once we get a good breakout above 1830, then chances are that we can see the price going up again. Rajanji is asking for Mankind. Okay. So if I look at Mankind Pharma, again, wait until we get a breakout. So the price has gone up, but wait, if once this today's high is taken, that is 2462, अगर 2462 के ऊपर एक अच्छा strong follow up move आता है, then around 2350 can act as a strong support for mankind. So अभी वो trend line breakout हुआ नहीं है, wait for the breakout that you see above today's high, which is around 2462. Nikhil ji is asking for Amber. Amber is good. So Amber again, we had covered this in a couple of sessions back. So Amber is good. I think the immediate stop loss or support will be around 6,800 levels. Or if you want a tighter support, then you can keep support of around 7,050 levels as well. I think once Amber moves above 7421, then we can expect price to move higher. I think the overall trend is positive. SBI Life में मैं नहीं दे सकता सचिन जी, since it's a part of SBI Group company. I am not allowed to give any view on SBI Group companies. Pallavi ma'am is asking for Midani. Okay. So if I look at Midani again, Midani is consolidating यहाँ पे. So unless and until we don't get a breakout above this high of 470, 475, it's better to avoid Pallavi ma'am. And I think the price has kind of run up a lot. We need a breakout above 470 to 475 for the price to move up higher. Unipaths not performing since IPO listing, continuously moving down. Good to exit or can average or exit on bounce. Okay, let me look at Unipaths. So if I look at Uniparts, if you're already holding, then what you can do is you can keep your stop at 378. That is where the previous support is. But I feel if it goes past the 418, 420 mark, Nilay ji, then हो सकता है हमें शायद थोड़ा सा momentum आते हुए नजर आए. So ADX has kind of peaked out, so you can book some profits if you want to from the current levels, and you can trail the remaining stop to around 370, 378 levels here. So I think this is something that you can do in Uniparts. Cosmo first, long-term view required, Rakesh ji. Okay, let me look at Cosmo first. See, if I'm looking at Cosmo first, so thoda sa consolidation hua hai after its strong run. So I feel its immediate support will be 1,100. If it falls below 1,100, Rakesh ji, आप क्या कर सकते हो? Since you have already bought at 785, you can trail your stop loss to 1,100. So that way 1,100 के नीचे जाता है तो आप थोड़ा सा partial profit booking कर सकते हो. But I feel it needs to cross 1,200 and then later 1,300 के ऊपर जाएगा तब फिर से एक मोमेंटम आ सकता है. तब तक शायद थोड़ा सा साइडवेज रह सकता है Cosmo first. Ashwin ji is asking for VIP. VIP Industries, again, if you see the price is consolidating in a range. So I think wait until 440 is taken out on the upside. So अभी जब तक साइडवेज में है तब तक इसको आप अवॉइड करना आशु जी. बट 440 के ऊपर एक ब्रेकआउट मिलता है, दैट इज इट्स प्रीवियस हाई, देन हो सकता है एक अच्छा अपटिक हमें देखने को मिले वीआईपी इंडस्ट्रीज में. I think on the downside around 400 is likely to act as a strong support for VIP. All defense shares are performing except MTAR Tech. Good to exit from this. Okay, MTAR Tech again. If you want to exit MTAR Tech, I think wait until it's 100-day EMA, which is at around 1560. If it goes below 1560, then you can exit from this position, Nileji. Whether the market is waiting for the tariff agreement, yeah, absolutely. The markets are waiting for the US-India trade deal and what the US Federal Reserve is going to do, whether they are going to cut rates or not. And thirdly, the markets are eagerly waiting for the Q1 results that is going to start from the next week onwards. So these are the key triggers that the markets are awaiting. Kalyani ma'am is asking for Max Health view. See, Max Health, again, the overall trend is positive. We need a strong move above 1310 for the price to continue its up move. I think on the downside, you can place a stop of around 1250. अगर 1250 के नीचे जाता है तो आप इसको exit कर सकते हो. Your view on Coal India. See, at this point of time, if you see the overall trend is sideways in Coal India. So as long as let's say we don't see a move above 407, 410, it's better to avoid this stock. Right now, there is no momentum in the stock here. It is trading below its key moving averages. ये 385 के आसपास है, अगर ये 383 के नीचे जाता है तो हो सकता है थोड़ा और नीचे जा सकता है यहाँ पे. I think wait until 407, 410 is what I would say. If you're already holding, then keep a stop of around 380. If it goes below 380, it's better to exit. VIP, yeah, like I said for VIP, Ashuji, uh, I think what you can also do is if you're holding, then I think you can hold with a stop loss of 395. I think if it goes below 395, it's better to exit. So as long as it sustains above 395, I think you can hold on to it. Sudhakar ji saying yesterday Raksha Mantri's order release has an impact on defense stocks. Yeah, I think defense. See, there are some select counters that are doing well. So there is some uptick that we are seeing in the defense space. So if I see the stocks in the defense space, let me look at defense. So if I see DCX India, it's down. Idea Forge kind of consolidating. Cochin Shipyard is below its 20-day EMA. Astra Micro from 50-day EMA, it has given a bounce, but the trend looks weaker. GRSE is below its 20-day EMA. Musgao Dock, we need a breakout above 3360. HAL is the one that is kind of looking positive. It has broken out of its consolidation range. If I look at Dynamatech, again, it is consolidating. If I look at BDL, again, it is consolidating. If I look at Zentech, it is consolidating. Midani, again, is consolidating. Data patterns, again, you see it's moving in a narrow range. BL, if you see, BL is again moving in a narrow range here. If you look at Solar Industries, the trend is up, but the price has already moved up a lot. And I think if we look at MTAR Tech, I think below this level, I think once it goes below that, so you can exit. So like I said, only your HAL is the one that is looking strong from the defense space. And considering that already एक outperformance देख लिया है हमें defense में, तो थोड़ा सा भी profit booking चल रहा है यहाँ पे. Any view on Crizac Limited IPO? Can we apply for listing gain? So you can refer to our IPO note. So let me just show you from where you can access our IPO note. So they can, I think once you can go to this IPO note, and then it will be better for you to make a decision. So if you go to SBI Securities website, you can go to research. Under research, you can go to fundamental research. Then you can go to IPO notes. And there you can see there is Crizac Limited IPO. So you can see what is the business model, what are the key highlights, what are the key metrics, what are the risk factors, what are the growth strategies, what is the industry overview, financial snapshot, the peer comparison. I think this note will actually help you to make a decision whether to go for Crizac Limited IPO as well. So there is a detailed note. I think it is, so we have covered the financial metrics, operational metrics, key risk, key strengths, peer comparison. I think this note will help you to, I think we have recommended subscribe here. So that is the recommendation that has come from SBI Securities. Nevertheless, you can go through the note, and I think, you can definitely then make an informed decision based on that. Yeah, so Priyanka ma'am is asking for my view on trend. So again, trend, the management commentary has been weak. So उनका जो गाइडेंस है, कमेंट्री है, वो थोड़ा वीक आया है यहाँ पे. इसकी वजह से प्राइस आज प्रेशर में है. उनका ये कहना है कि शायद ज्यादा ग्रोथ प्रोस्पेक्ट्स नहीं दिखाई दे रहा है इन दी foreseeable future. That is the reason why trend is almost down. So, but I feel it depends on how trend performs from the current levels. अगर ये आज के लो के नीचे जाता है, which is 5,350, then it's better to exit positions. But if it goes above today's high, which is 5,785, then chances are that we can see some up move coming in. But थोड़ा सा न्यूज बेस्ड रिएक्शन आज देखने को मिला है हमें स्टॉक में आज. Since the market is expected to move sharply either way, can we go for long straddle? But that signs haven't come yet, Murthy ji. If you look at Nifty, if we look at the daily chart, it is kind of consolidating in a range here. So long straddle, when you feel maybe long straddle is, I think we'll evaluate again once the July 9 deadline comes out. We'll have to wait for more cues. At this point of time, I still feel it might be sideways to negative. I think in such kind of markets, it's your short straddles and short strangles work more than the long straddles. थोड़ा सा साइंस दिखना चाहिए, बिकॉज वो साइंस भी नहीं है जिससे हमें एक लग सकते कि हम एक लॉन्ग स्ट्रैंगल के लिए जा सकते हैं, बट अवॉइड लॉन्ग स्ट्रैडल एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम इज व्हाट आई फील. Rakesh ji is asking long term view on Camlin. Okay. सी कैमलिन अगेन थोड़ा सा प्रॉफिट बुक कर सकते हो मुझे लग रहा है फ्रॉम द करंट लेवल्स, बिकॉज एडीएक्स काफी ओवरबॉट हो गया है, आरएसआई भी काफी पीक आउट कर चुका है, बट एज लॉन्ग एज इट स्टेज अबव इट्स 20 डे में इट्स फाइन. सो अराउंड 298 के आसपास या 290 के आसपास इसका एक स्टॉप लॉस लगा सकते हो राकेश जी. बट अगर ये फिर से ये 330 के ऊपर जाता जाता है तो हो सकता है वी माइट सी सम अपटेक कमिंग इन कैमलिन फाइन साइंसेस. आई थिंक थोड़ा सा अभी प्रॉफिट बुकिंग नजर आ रही है. But it's important for the stock to sustain above its 20-day EMA. I think once we have that, no issues. But if it goes below 290, I think my advice would be to book some profits at the current levels. LCD investment stock for trading or investment. Okay. See, if I look at LCD, better to avoid LCD investments. I think it's an investment company. भले ही कल एक अपटिक आया है, but the overall trend has remained sideways for this, and it's at like 1,42,600. S Prasad ji, I think better to avoid LCD investments, neither for investing or for trading purpose. रियल में गैप फिलिंग होता क्या है? अच्छा मैं बताता हूँ आपको क्या होता है. आशु जी एक बार, आशु जी जिंदाल सॉ. ओके. See, if I look at Jindal stock again, avoid, it is kind of consolidating. Wait until it breaks out 258 on the upside. I think once we get a strong breakout about 258, then the trend can turn positive. At this point of time, avoid. If I look at Tata Tech again, Tata Tech is consolidating in a range here. You need a breakout above 790. It is trading below its key moving averages. I think once it goes below 695, the price can fall even further. So wait for 790, 800 breakout for Tata Tech. NDRF G, I think, sorry, your name is not NDRF, but okay, let me show you, let me see if I can show you an example of a gap. Okay, चलो मैं आपको टाटा टेक में ही दिखा देता हूँ यहाँ पे. So here you can see, ये देखो ये वाला जो लाल कैंडल है, इसका जो लो था वो 642 था, और यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो एक गैप डाउन ओपनिंग के साथ खुला था 7 अप्रैल को. अगर आप 7 अप्रैल आप याद करोगे, वो उस दिन था जिस दिन ट्रम्प ने टैरिफ अनाउंस किया था उनके सारे ट्रेडिंग पार्टनर्स के लिए. तो यहाँ पे आप देखोगे ये जो लो है 642 का, और ये जो कैंडल का हाई है 618, तो ये जो 642 और 618 है, यहाँ पे वो एक गैप क्रिएट हो चुका है. अब यूजली जब जब ऐसे गैप्स क्रिएट होते हैं, चाहे वो डाउन साइड में गैप क्रिएट हो या अप साइड में गैप क्रिएट हो, यूजली जब एक रिवर्सल आता है तब ये यूजली सबसे पहला जो टारगेट होता है वो है आपका गैप फिल होना. सो मान लो अभी प्राइस यहाँ पे गिर गया है यहाँ पे, और प्राइस थोड़ा सा ऊपर गया फिर से नीचे, अगर मान लो यहाँ पे एक हैमर लाइक कैंडल बना है, और मान लो आपको लगता है कि नहीं यहाँ पे प्राइस एक बॉटम बना दिया है, प्राइस ऊपर जा सकता है, तो जो मिनिमम टारगेट होगा ऊपर जाने का वो ये गैप का हाई, ये लो पॉइंट तक होगा, जो कि ये जो 642 था. मान लो अगर आप यहाँ पे पोजीशन लेते हो अराउंड 600 602 के आसपास, तो आप ये मान के चल सकते हो कि ये जो गैप है, ये जो 642 और 618 का जो गैप है, वो गैप फिल करेगा और मिनिमम एटलीस्ट 642 लेवल्स तक जा सकता है. सो दैट इज कॉल्ड एज गैप फिलिंग. कि जब भी वो गैप क्रिएट होता है, पार्टिसिपेंट्स ये एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं कि वो गैप फिल होगा, तो उस हिसाब से हम ऐसे टारगेट सेट करते हैं. Yeah, Sridhar ji, I do a lot of webinars on price action. I think last week I took one webinar on price action, but yeah, going forward, we'll do a lot of sessions on price actions. I think 2 months back, I did a session on chart patterns as well. So I've done close to, I would say around 20-25 webinars until now. You can see all the webinars on our SBI Securities YouTube channel, guys. And going forward also, we'll do a lot of sessions on price action. Today trend created, yeah, exactly. So trend, so again perfect example. So आज trend का भी गैप डाउन था, तो हो सकता है अगर मान लो आपको लगता है ट्रेंड ऊपर जाएगा, तो ये जो पूरा गैप है, जो कल का जो लो था अराउंड 6142, तो हो सकता है 6142 तक जा सकता है. सो दैट इज कॉल्ड एज गैप फिलिंग. क्लियर गाइस? ओके. सो HDB फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज हो सकता है, आई थिंक पीपल आर कमिंग आउट विद लिस्टिंग गेन्स इन HDB फाइनेंशियल्स. Yeah, I think a lot of people who would have got into HDB would have kind of sold off some of their quantities. But I feel until this low is not taken out, I think मैंने कल बोला था 850 के आसपास अगर आपको मिलता है आप निकल जाओ ये स्टॉक से. सो हमने 850 के आसपास ये ट्रेल करवाने बोला था मैंने. आई थिंक अगर आपको स्टिल रखना है तो जब तक ये 827, आई थिंक दैट इज द लिस्टिंग डे का लो, जब तक वो नहीं टूटता है तब तक. बट वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू फॉर्म अ व्यू एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, निलय जी. Sorry, Murthy ji, for HD Financial Services. But yeah, looking at the candle today, it looks like the honeymoon is actually over for the script. ठीक है, Adani Green. Okay. Yeah, we have one session on open interest, Dinesh ji, for this month. Yeah, definitely. Option chain के ऊपर ये महीना ही होगा. I think 4th week of July में होगा यहाँ पे. I think you will come to know about that. मैं आपको बता दूंगा कि कब होने वाला है वो. अदानी ग्रीन, आई थिंक देखो ये साइडवेज में है, मे बी अंटिल 943 या 978 के आसपास आप इसका स्टॉप रख सकते हो. बट ये अगर ये 978 के नीचे जाता है आशु जी, इट्स बेटर टू एग्जिट बिकॉज ये स्टॉक में बिल्कुल मोमेंटम नहीं है. निफ्टी में भी गैप पेंडिंग है. यस एग्जैक्टली. सो आई थिंक एवरीवन इज वेटिंग को गैप कब फिल होगा निफ्टी में ऑन द अपर साइड. दिस इज द गैप. सो ये वाला भी एक गैप है. देयर इज वन गैप हियर एज वेल टुवर्ड्स हिज हाइस, बट वो निफ्टी ऊपर जाने की नाम ही नहीं ले रहा है. यहाँ पे काफी टाइम से साइडवेज टू नेगेटिव चल रहा है. ठीक है, nevertheless guys, so that was all about today's mid market session. So that brings us to the last session for this week's mid market session. And I wish you all a happy weekend. I think spend time with your families on Saturday and Sunday. And I'll see you again on Monday, guys, next week. I'll meet you on the 7th of July again on Monday at 12:30 on SBI Securities YouTube channel. Until then, take care, stay safe, happy trading, and happy weekend to all of you. Bye, guys, and take care.